made life much more bearable for me. At this time, we'd like to present a sweater to Sherry Phillips, our captain. Amy Gilchrist. And our last senior, Jill Taylor. The cheerleaders are truly dedicated to supporting the football team, and we thank you for your support.
First of all, fellas, on your behalf, and I'm sure I speak for all you guys, I think there's very few programs, very few communities, very few booster clubs who supply letter jackets to their seniors. Most of that expense comes from mom and dad, but we thank you people for that. I know there's a lot of hard work goes into this booster club in a lot of different areas. It benefits our program in so many different ways, and I guarantee you people, we appreciate it. It's a big help, and these young men appreciate it, and will appreciate it for years to come. And what we want to see happen is you guys in a few years being a part of this booster club. You don't have to have a little one running around playing in it. Just be a part of it, because give back to people. I found out a long time ago, in this whole world, it's a two-way street. We have some people that always have their hand out, and there's some people always giving, and we want to be givers, fellas. And we appreciate what you people do for us. 2 years ago, we had this night for the very first time, and it happened to be the following week after we'd lost to Oakland over here, one of the toughest defeats I was ever a part of. And we said a bunch of nice things about those guys who got those jackets, because I felt like they needed to hear it. Last year, we didn't say a whole lot about each individual guy, because at that time we were on a roll, and we need to stay down to earth. This year, I don't know whether we're on a roll or not, but we're getting ready to roll, right, men? And we're not going to keep you here. We're not going to tell you a lot about them, because you already know a lot about them. Some of them belong to you. I will tell you collectively as a group of seniors, we've been a part of their lives now, and when I say we, I'm talking us coaches, for 3 years. And folks, that just doesn't happen, and you not get close to people. As a football coach, the night I dread the most is that last football game, when you've got X number of seniors leaving that dressing room for the last time. And you talk about miserable. It's miserable. But there's another side to that too. They're leaving there better people, hopefully. And they still come back. And these guys are going to have to go through that night one of these nights, maybe about 6 weeks from now. Maybe about 6 weeks from now. But you guys are here to get your jackets, and I'm going to hush. You hear me talk too much? Number 4, Get him the football, and he's gone. Tracy Corley.
Thanks.
Yes, sir. Number 7, after he got hurt, missed a week or two, came back, he said, Coach, he said, just find me somewhere to play, somewhere where I can help. And got a lot of admiration for a guy like that. Benji Oldham. This next young man has played well for us all year and made a lot of big plays for us. Joe Willie Gardner. Sometimes things just don't work out like you'd like for them to, and injuries occur. And this young man has been hampered all year with bad ankles, but he still works hard every day. And, another guy that I admire for a lot of different reasons, Reggie Corder. This next young man worked, waited his turn. His turn finally came, and he's crossed the end zone several times this year for us and done a good job running the football. Number 20, Montoya Crutchfield. This next young man, Kevin Henson, plays on our specialty teams. Kevin, I'm just glad you're not still in Red Boiling, Hoss. They've had it rough up there. Kevin came to us from Red Boiling a few years ago. Works hard and does a good job for us. Kevin Henson. This next young man, this is his second year to be out for football, and Brian Blackburn has worked hard, has seen very little playing time, but again, he's hung in there and he's worked, and again, you admire people who maybe don't see a lot of playing time, but they're working and getting better, and they're going to be better people for it. Number 36, Brian Blackburn. Number 43 for us, Brian Clemens, is a 2-year starter at linebacker. Coach Marshall's tried to make a guard out of him for 3 years. He hides when we get on the offensive side of football. But that's nothing unusual. Coach Marshall tries to make guards out of everybody. Number 43, Brian Clemens. Speaking of guards, this next young man, number 44, Alan Bentley, I think Coach Skeen played him as a guard as a freshman, but we moved him where we could get the football in his hands, and he makes things happen when he gets a hold of it. Number 44, Alan Bentley. This next young man is number 47, Lee Allison, 2-year starter for us at strong safety, and does a good job in run support, and we found that a lot of people run the other way when we line him up at strong safety. Lee, come and get this jacket, buddy. Spring before last. We ended spring practice. Coach Dillard was shaking his head. Who's going to play linebacker for us? We still don't know who our linebackers are going to be. About midway through the summer, guidance office came and says, there's a young man moved in from Texas, wants to play football. Number 49 started there for 2 years for us, led us in tackles last year, is leading us in tackles now. Coach Dillard says it's no accident that Scott Ogle moved here. Coach Dillard says he was prayed here, and I believe that. Number 49, Scott Ogle. This next young man, Wade Hatfield, is another example of a guy who waited his turn. I think at one time this summer, he came close to just going ahead and working and maybe letting his last year of football go by, but he fought through that, came in this fall and worked. And through an injury or two, his time came, and he's hung in there and done a good job for us at offensive tackle. Wade Hatfield. Number 55, Tim Hicks, started for us 2 years now at center. Does a heck of a job blocking, calling our blocking schemes as opposed to what kind of front we're facing. This year he's played defensive tackle for us, played with a bad ankle and a bad knee, but he hangs in there and he anchors our offensive line for us. Tim Hicks. This next young man, Jonathan Richardson, last year, toward the end of the year, started for us at Oakland, received a lacerated kidney, and played with that thing until halftime when we found out we had problems. For a little man, he's tough, folks. And I realize he's not seen the playing time he would like. But I guarantee you, as far as leadership goes, as far as attitude goes, he has every reason in the world not to have a good one, but he's got one of the better ones, maybe the best one we've got on that football team. He's a leader. He's there. He's working. He's making people better. and with the playing time he's seen, he's done a good job for us. Jonathan Richardson. Number 78, Donnie Self. Of course, he started for us 2 years at defensive tackle. Has played a lot for us in the offensive line this year at offensive tackle. And since his injury at Gallatin, has been primarily playing defense at about 3/4 speed, but playing with pain and still doing a good job against the run there. And this ankle's getting better, and he's getting closer to getting back at full speed. And when it gets this time of year and playoff time rolls around, and folks, this Friday night is playoff time. Our backs are against the wall, and we're going to Cookville, considering that the first round of the state playoffs. Number 78, Donnie Self. It takes a lot of things to have a good football team and a good football program. And one of the important things that you have to have, especially from a coaching standpoint, are good managers. And we have some of the best. And this young man has been a part of our program, does a heck of a job for us. Scared us to death back during the year. Rusty went through a time there when we didn't know what was wrong with him, but I guarantee you those young men remembered him in their prayers, and managers are very much a part of our football team, and we consider them that in the highest sense of the word. Rusty Johnson. And in closing, folks, I know last Friday night, if you were in our stands looking into that wind, it was cold and miserable. Just put on plenty of clothes. Invite your neighbor, bring your neighbor with you. We need to carry a lot of people to Cookville Friday night. It's very important. These young men and their teammates deserve that. The town of Lebanon deserves that. It helps so much. We've got a job to do, and we're in the process of preparing this week to do that. And you're a very important part of that. And again, on behalf of these guys and these coaches, we thank you so much.
I have to push this up when Coach Medley gets through talking. I want to thank everybody again for coming tonight for this program. We have refreshments when I get through talking, which won't be long. But we have videoed the presentation tonight, which will be shown prior to the replay on Saturday morning. So I think this is the first time we've done that also, so it'll be something that you folks can keep and treasure through the years. So without any more talking, let's enjoy some refreshments and mingle with the senior